Hey there guys, and welcome to another Pokémon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. My opponent this time is Alex. I've battled against him 2 or 3 times already, and I haven't been able to beat him, so really hope that's going to change this time around. I lead with Tornadus, he leads with Volcarona. I like my odds here. Figured he was going to switch, but he didn't really have anything that could really switch in on a Hurricane that well. Brings out Manectric. Manectric does resist it, but it's not the bulkiest thing ever, so boom, 2-hit KO, easily. I like my odds here, but I figured he might be scarfed or something. So, if I live, I'm gonna go for the U-turn. He switches out into Florges, which I guess is a decently smart move. U-turn doesn't do much, because it resists it. But I get Tornadus out of there, and because it has Regenerator, it'll heal all the way up when it gets back in. I bring in Cradily, because I figured he still has that Volcarona out there. And it would probably be a huge boon for me if I get Stealth Rock up as soon as possible. I'm gonna bet that he saw that coming because he brings in Volcarona immediately before I can set up the Stealth Rocks. So clever play there. But I figured he can't really... Well, I guess he could go for Bug Buzz or something, but I don't think it would downright one-hit KO me, so he goes for Quiver. That's to go for Toxic. Figured that might come in handy in the long run. It at least makes sure that he's not going to be able to stay in forever. So eventually he'll kill himself with it. Switch out Cradily, bring in Charizard, because I figured he's either going to go for Bug Buzz or Fiery Dance or something. I figured Charizard could take that. He does go for Fiery Dance. And well, it's +1. I guess I took it quite well considering it's only a Charizard without any defensive investment. And then I pop the Mega Stone, turning my Charizard into Charizard Y. Shiny color scheme for that is kind of awful. Instead of staying black, it turns purple for some reason. Really weird. Anyway, activate the Drought, and then he goes for Bug Buzz for some reason. I don't know why. And it's a critical hit. If he went for Fire Dance, it would have been boosted by the Sun, and Charizard resists Bug 4 times, and he only resists Fire twice. So Fiery Dance might have been able to take me out there. But anyway, I go for an Air Slash, take out the Volcarona. He brings in Manectric. Now I figured, okay, this is probably his Mega Pokemon, and I turned out to be correct. I figured, okay, I'm not going to outspeed Mega Manectric, but I might be able to outspeed the regular one. So Intimidate doesn't really matter because my Charizard is a special attacker, and he does turn out to be faster. Because the thing with Mega Pokemon is they keep the speed of the original Pokemon on the turn that they Mega Evolve. So I figure, okay, I might be able to outspeed it while it still has the speed of regular Manectric. Whatever, I bring in Electrode, he was Swagger. Figure, okay, maybe he's gonna kill himself now, if I get lucky with the confusion. And you should know what happens here, knowing my luck. I don't get lucky with the confusion, and he uses Volt Switch completely, making what I just did useless. So yeah, that kinda sucked. Could have gone a lot better in my favor. He brings out Haxorus. Yeah, not really much I can do to that with Electrode, because I figured it's gotta have a Lumberry. So many Haxoruses have a Lumberry. So I could go for Swagger, but then I'd just be helping him out. Bring in Avalugg, you know him, you love him. Figured I put him to the test, see how well he takes a Haxorus attack. So he goes for Dragon Dance, makes things a little more interesting. And then he immediately switches out. I guess he kinda saw it coming that Avalugg would tank whatever he threw at me regardless. So brings in Florges again. And I go for the Avalanche, which was really the most obvious thing to do. It's not really going to do much because I didn't get hit first, so it doesn't double the damage. And I assume that Florges might have some defensive investment. But whatever, get Avalugg out of there because he's not meant to be taking special hits. Bring back in Cradily because he's kind of the special, the best attempt at a special wall that this team has. It's not really so much a team. I usually just pick 6 random Pokemon that I think and I hope are gonna work well together. But whatever, he gets a Toxic in on me. That's kinda bad, but Cradily, as soon as he gets the Stealth Rock up, he's pretty much expendable. So I don't really mind too much. And I do have the Recover, so I am going to be able to keep hanging in there a little while longer. Really, what I'm gonna try to do here is just get the Toxic on his Florges. Because I don't really know what his moveset is. I've seen Toxic, I've seen Protect. I'm gonna assume that Moonblast is on there somewhere. And the last one is probably Wish. I'm pretty sure Florges can get Wish. Anyway, he switches in Tornadus. He has one of those as well. And I get the Toxic on that, I guess. That might be helpful. Not really that much, though, because he also has Regenerator, so if he switches it out, then he'll get all the damage healed right back up. So that's not really going to be good for me. Honestly, Cradily would have been a lot more useful if I just had Ancient Power on it. It would have been able to do quite some damage to the Volcarona, deal some damage to this thing. But he does go for the U-turn, switches it out, and brings back in the Florges. Figured, okay. I didn't really see the U-turn coming. I was expecting a Hurricane or something, so I went with Recover. But at least that'll keep me hanging in there for a little while longer. And he gets a little bit of leftovers recovery. Figure he's just gonna go try and Protect, stall me out again. So I switch out Cradily, bring in, you know him, you love him, Jirachi, my one and only crutch. He does go for Protect, so I did see that coming. Now he's definitely gonna switch here because he won't like taking an Iron Head. And switch he does. He doesn't really have anything that can take an Iron Head well though, brings in Tornadus. And yeah, we're about to see how well that's gonna work. Jirachi Iron Head, boom. That's a solid 2-hit KO. Even more so with the poison damage. And I do outspeed, because I believe that Bird Tornadus is faster than the regular one. So I was kinda happy with that. Choice Scarf is really helpful there. Brings in Keldeo. I'm locked into Iron Head. I know Water resists Steel. I'm not too sure if Fighting resists Steel or not. So, switch out, bring in Cradily. I don't know, maybe he goes for Hydro Pump and I get lucky with the Storm Drain or something. But he goes for Icy Wind, because Keldeo for some reason does not get Ice Beam. Really weird. Or whenever that is going to be an easy 2-hit KO on Cradily. I was kind of surprised by that, because Icy Wind is not a powerful move. So maybe he has choice specs or something. Goes for Icy Wind again. It would explain why he only seems to be going for one move. So I suppose he has choice specs at least. Bring in Tornadus again. Figure Tornadus is likely to be faster. Brings in Florges. Makes sense, it's special wall. It's got huge special defense. So I go for the Hurricane. See how well that Florges takes it. And this was quite surprising. He did not take it well. It's an easy 2-hit KO. Maybe not with leftovers, but he had some prior damage on him. That's going to make it an easy 2-hit KO for me. And he can Protect, stall all he wants for a little bit extra leftovers recovery, but it's not really going to matter. Because he's not going to gain back enough health to survive the second Hurricane. Of course, unless I get unlucky and it misses, which it doesn't, that Florges is going down. I don't really like the yellow Florges that much. I think the blue and purple ones look a lot better. And probably the red one too. Brings out Manectric again. Okay, this was going to be a problem. Because Cradily was probably my best thing to throw in Manectric's way, because it resists electric. So get Tornadus out of there, bring in Electrode, I guess, because Electrode is kind of the least useful member on my team right now. Goes for Thunderbolt, Electrode actually survives. Doesn't even have any defense of it, and I bring out the Foul Play. My little trick up my sleeve. So many people do not know that Electrode can learn that move, and it is so good on him. Because Electrode's attack by itself is crap, but if he uses the opponent's attack, he can get some decent damage in with that. Brings in Haxorus. So, yeah, let's put Foul Play to the test, see how much it does, using that Haxorus's attack. Oh, that is quite impressive. And he goes for Dragon Dance. Okay. I guess he was maybe expecting a Swagger or a Thunder Wave or something. But he ends up outspeeding me. That quite surprised me. I mean, I'm an Electrode, one of the fastest Pokemon there is. And yet a +1 Haxorus is apparently enough to outspeed it. My Electrode is timid, has max speed, so that's quite surprising. But out comes Avalugg. I'd like to see what he's going to do to that. Superpower. Alright then. +1 Haxorus superpower. Just over half. Avalugg, you freaking beast, you are so amazing. Anyway, go for Earthquake. Because I figured he might switch into Keldeo and Avalanche isn't going to do shit to Keldeo. So with Earthquake I would have probably killed Haxorus and done a little bit of damage to Keldeo. If he had switched that in. Okay, out comes Keldeo, his last Pokemon. And I still have Avalugg, Tornadus, and Jirachi, I think. So he goes for the Hydro Pump. Expected. Well, I was more expecting the Secret Sword or whatever. But if this Keldeo was indeed a Spexed one, then that wouldn't have gone in past Tornadus. And this Hurricane misses. That changed the outcome of the battle right there. Goes for the Hydro Pump. One hit KO on Tornadus. Crap, this is not shaping up to be good. Last Pokemon, Jirachi. It's all gonna come down to this Thunder Punch. Could have gone for Iron Head and flinch him to death, but that would have taken quite some hits. Hydro Pump, come on Jirachi. I live it. And unless he had Aqua Jet or something, which would be a pretty weird move to see on a Keldeo, I'm gonna take the victory here and I finally beat this guy on the 4th try or something. Good battle, Alex. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.